Being able to colour backgrounds for your elements or add an image is very common when adding styles to your web page. There's lots of CSS properties to enable you to do this. Let's start with a simple background colour. This one's pretty straightforward. It's just background colour. And now we know our colour values, we can use any of those. But sometimes we might want an image as well. This property is background image. For this, we need our URL function so that we can load the file. I've kept the image in there as well for a couple of reasons. Images need to be fetched from the server when you load a web page, and this can take some time. Colours do not, so we're at least displaying something for the user whilst the image is loading. You'll notice that the image is duplicating itself across the element. That's because there's also a background repeat property, which by default is set to repeat. If we set it to no repeat, we'll just have one image in our background. We can also set this to repeat X and repeat Y, to repeat just along the horizontal or just along the vertical axes. The background image is positioned at the top and left of our element by default. We can change that too. For that, it's the background position property. This takes two values, one for the horizontal position and one for the vertical position. If we were to just use one property, it would be used for both horizontal and vertical. Here we can also use words like top, bottom, left and right, as well as our unit values. There's also a center keyword, which will position our image in the center of our element. Just like border, background comes with shorthand, so we can write all of these properties in just one declaration using the background property. So I can put in the color, the image, the repeat, and the position, all at once, which is the same as writing all the four properties we've seen. The image is still too small for our element, however. There is a background size property. We can set this to be a unit, such as the pixels we've already seen being used. And this will set the size of our image. If we wanted it to fill our entire element though, that becomes difficult because we may not know the exact size of the element that we want it to fill. There's a few keywords that we can use here. Let's take a look at those. There's contain, which keeps the image within the constraints of the element. There's auto, which keeps the size of the image. And there's cover, which fills the element but keeps the aspect ratio of the image.